Hey y'all, welcome back to another Bryce is Right. Let's go ahead and hop right in. Starting off with a banger. Hey, is that for real? Let me know down in the comments.
Are you serious? Yeah. Here, get out, Bryce. Here, take it.
Do you guys believe in reincarnation? If you don't, then this might change your mind. In 2004, Cade was born into a family where his mother Molly was told that she would never be able to have children. He learned to crawl, walk, and talk very early, and at the age of 1.5 to 2 years old, Cade was using very big words. At the age of 3, Cade told his parents for the first time that he remembers vividly dying. He had nightmares almost every night and describes working in a tall building where he can see the Statue of Liberty from his office and the building falling to the floor. Cade describes this building to be the World Trade Center, the same two buildings that were attacked in 9/11. Molly thinks this is odd because they've never been to New York, nor does Cade know anything about the 9/11 attack. Growing up, Cade was terrified of airplanes and tall buildings and refused to enter them because it reminded him of when he died. Eventually, Cade told his parents that he didn't like his name and asked to be called something else. For privacy reasons, Molly did not disclose a name that Cade wanted to be called, but when she looked up the name, it turns out that this man passed away at the World Trade Center during 9/11, the same way that Cade describes dying in his past life. At first, Cade's parents believed that he had a very vivid imagination, but now they think that he did live a past life and passed away in 9/11. And what's interesting is that experts believe that phobias are linked to our traumas in our past life. What do you guys think?
That sounds.
What is going on?
Work.
It's who am I, God? I'm she right after. That's not goddamn phone. So, what is she doing? Oh, what phone? Oh, hold on. Go get it, Cujo. I saw you. I saw you, bro. Be careful, be careful.
Back up.
She gone.
Neredesin küçük kız, seni bulamıyorum, neredesin?
Is that Megan Fox? Or Katy Perry? Dang, she still got her breast implants? Why they, oh. That's freaking creepy. Illuminati or not? Illuminati.
You had a company called Lucifer Publishing to write out the philosophical underpinnings of the United Nations. She turned it into something called Lucis Trust, which still to this day exists at the United Nations as a meditation room with a big black cube in the middle and 1,000 points of light coming through the roof. And she wrote the 10 rules for the one world government, which still exists at the United Nations today. And they are, okay, take God and prayer out of education. Number 2, reduce parental authority over children. Number 3, destroy the traditional Christian family structure. Number 4, if sex is free, make abortion easy and legal. 5, make divorce easy and legal, free people of the concept of traditional marriage. 6, make homosexuality the alternative lifestyle. 7, debase art, make it run mad. 8, use media to promote and change mindset. 9, create an interfaith movement without God. And 10, get governments to make all these laws and get the churches to endorse them. Let's just say the one thing not welcome at the United Nations is God.
Shout out to Rockstar Blast 420 for that clip. So I know y'all are exhausted by these clips with the masks, but I wanted to throw them in there today because if anybody makes these, I want one so bad. And I will definitely do a clip or a full video wearing one of these. Y'all just let me know and we'll get one. Boy, done messed it up. It's like a Stretch Armstrong. So satisfying. Secret invasion, but better production. Yo, Johnny Knoxville used to do this all the time. It's nothing new. Yo, he was the king of doing the old man face. I don't know what that is, but I know we're all exhausted by these, the music they use in these videos. I'm trying to make it a little different.
You have shared that there's an intergalactic space station on Jupiter. What more can you tell us about that?
Oh, that's like one of my
Pictures
favorite
of it
places
ain't real.
that I've ever been. So a intergalactic trade commission of some kind is responsible for the construction, maintenance, and operation of the station, as well as similar stations like it around the galaxy. They're essentially a neutral ground meeting place so that any group, any species, any military representative, diplomatic representative who wants to meet with someone else from somewhere else can go there, have a conversation in a completely secure, safe place where, I don't know, weird things, you know, squirrely things don't happen there.
It's a neutral zone?
It's a neutral zone. I was often, the reason I got to go on these missions was because I was the only pilot with infantry experience when I was on the Nautilus, and these ambassadorial teams would come through from the diplomatic corps, and they wanted a just-in-case guy. And I was never needed for anything just in case because it was a complete neutral zone. But you know how we are. We get paranoid and we like to have someone in a fight in case something happens. So I was basically brought along for a completely superfluous purpose that I never had to be there for that purpose. So I basically just got to sit there at these conversations. So the main room itself, actually let me see if I can describe this a
Now,
bit.
this is in space or on the planet
Oh,
itself?
it is orbiting Jupiter.
Okay.
So at quite a distance. I mean, Jupiter is a very large planet. So the goal is for the space station to be in a stable orbit, but not to be affected by the gravity pull because Jupiter is a very large body. So there is a pretty good gravity pull on it. So it's a multi-level station, but the top level is this giant glass room that's almost a mile in diameter with floor-to-ceiling windows that are probably over 80 feet. Now, I call them windows, but I'm sure they're not made of silicone glass. They're probably made out of some kind of polycarbon or something like that. So you have this incredible view of Jupiter. The photographs do not do it justice. Being able to actually see it there in person, it's an absolutely gorgeous sight to behold.
How is it different than what we see from, like, you know, on TV and the media?
The colors are richer. I mean, that's really the best thing I can say is that you're if I look at a photograph and I'm looking at the real thing is just much more vivid. The colors are much more pronounced, and you can see more detail than you can in a photograph. Even though a photograph looks amazing, the in-person experience is way more amazing than a photograph could ever be.
Now inside, is it seamless? Is it all squared off? Is it curved?
It's a round room, so it's completely curved. The interior of the room is basically think of it as a giant flat room, like a giant open space that has hard light holograms that can produce conversational environments, as they call them. So a conversational environment can be as simple as a table with chairs on either side, or depending on any specific environmental needs that someone may need, you could have a table with chairs on one side and maybe even a large cube on the other side of the table with a different gaseous or even aqueous environment if the species in question has to function there. Beings come there in environment suits. They can teleoperate sometimes. So it's kept in an oxygen-rich environment because it turns out there are a lot of species that breathe oxygen. It's not universal, but there are a lot of them. So creates these hard light conversational environments all over the room. I've never been in that room when there were less than several hundred conversations going on at any given time. Remember, this is like a mile in diameter. It's absolutely huge. The smallest species that I have ever seen in this room having a conversation with someone was probably about that tall. Largest species I've ever seen in this room was closer to 60, 65 feet tall.
What do they look like?
Humanoid, actually. And I was told that they are actually a near genetic match to our own human biological genetic structure, except that their planet is much larger, and so their scale is different. But somehow there is this biogenetic link, which I've been informed can happen sort of for two reasons. One, there may be a common biological ancestor or a common biological manipulator of that species, since we know that they're advanced species that go around manipulating planets and genetics of species all over the place and leave their fingerprints behind all the time. It also turns out that for some unknown reason, the universe replicates success. So it's possible to find a biological species on a planet that's at the other end of the galaxy, or even in another galaxy, that's such a close match, but with no common ancestor whatsoever. And the only conclusion that our best scientists can come up with is that nature replicates successful patterns, and that somehow nature decided, well, there's a successful pattern way over here somewhere. We're just going to evolve that pattern here. I'm not sure if that's morphogenic
I don't think that clip was
fields
ever going to be
or
over.
something else. It's not my area.
Hey, that's pretty cool. What's that creature? Oh, it's just a raccoon. No, it's going. Oh, y'all see those lights? Yo.
My name.
Oh.
It's not too
Hey,
important.
this guy's
The
trippy,
information I'm
man.
about to tell you is extremely important. I was an intelligence specialist with the United States Navy. Since then, if you watch my other videos, you realize that strange things have started to happen to my body.
See, what I don't get is he's showing
My
his
eye
eyes,
has started to get
and then he's about to say,
more of a
"Oh,
slit and a reptilian.
I got a reptile
like a
eye."
snake eye
Yeah, see here?
appearance. If you look at my other videos, or what I'm adding right here, you
Like,
can
I
actually
just put my
see up
contact
close
lens
what
in.
my eye looks like.
So I'm gonna
If you
click it real
remember,
quick,
my body in
and
certain
now I'm back
areas,
to normal.
Like for example,
Got tendonitis like a
with my
mother
elbows
on both sides.
I'm growing additional limbs. My hands, my thumbs, they're extending and growing too. At first, I just put out a cry for help on TikTok. I didn't know who's going to answer, who's going to respond. Other people out there that went through similar experiences. I'm one of, if you notice, the first people.
Is there a lesson for you, for anyone else looking at this?
Well, he's dead, so, you know, in general, you always have to be careful.
What? Dang. She gave her the paintball in the eye. This boy is geeking. Oh, he's gotta take a mad shit. Hey, we've all been there. I guess this footage was taken with a drone or something, man. Because now that it's zooming out, it looks huge. I don't know how someone would get there and like climbing.
You could see its very large hands.
What the fuck?
See its eyes. It clearly is a male. You can see right there. This is the front of the Sasquatch. And then you can see its the back side. You can see it has testicles right there. Its hands are gigantic. You know, compared to a human's hand, like my hand's not even close.
That's a trip. Whoa. He's tied up and everything.
For the past 20 years, my wife Evie and I have been the victims of criminal activities perpetrated by a small network of individuals who are out to destroy us personally, professionally, and financially. This network of individuals is manipulating the banking system and the criminal justice system for the purposes of sabotaging our credit and our credibility. We are not criminals, nor are we fugitives from justice, nor are we crazy. We are simply artists and filmmakers who are being racketeered on. We believe there are to be a malignant tumor of star whackers in Hollywood.
Star whackers.
How many people do you know personally who have died suddenly and mysteriously in the past 5 years? I have personally known 8 actors, all of whom...
If y'all don't know, this is Cousin Eddie from Christmas Vacation.
All of whom I have worked with.
He's getting emotional.
And was close to. Heath Ledger, Chris Penn, David Carradine among them. I believe these actors were whacked, and I believe that many others, such as Britney Spears, Lindsay Lohan, and Mel Gibson, are being played to get at their money. In the meantime, many a celebrity's image and marketability is being co-opted and destroyed. Google helps out by keeping the negative stories near the top of a celebrity's webpage because it's the negativity that brings in the advertising revenue. I have earned approximately $40 million throughout my career. I have profit participation in some of my films. I am being embezzled from by this monstrous ring of accountants, estate planners, and lawyers who are mercilessly slandering me and trying to kill my career, and I believe murder me in order to gain control of my royalties.
Oh wow, this man's speaking truth. Let's see what happens.
But none of them were moving. And I walked all the way from Safeway to the chart house.
I mean, this is a news story from Hawaii.
And I was wondering what was stopping the traffic. it was a policeman. And I got to the end and I looked up north. There were no obstructions. There was no reason to keep those cars there.
Are you serious?
I'm serious as a heart attack. And I said, what are you doing? He goes, well, I'm under orders to keep them here. And I said, the fire is right around Safeway. It's going to hit Front Street. You know, these people got to get out of here. And he said, I'm following orders.
No way.
So,
You're saying they were blockaded in by the police at the end of Front Street?
Yeah.
Like where that restaurant is?
Where the chart house
Where the chart house was, I should say. There was a blockade there and they could not go any further.
Right.
What the hell?
I spoke with the fire chief who confirms the sirens did not go off and believe this. The fire hydrants actually ran out of water. How this happened is still unclear tonight, but what we do know, so many people had to self-evacuate. And
Mike, can you tell us what you experienced that night? Were there any warning sirens that you heard?
This is just crazy. I hope everybody's all right out there.
None at all. No sirens. There were no text messages. There were no police, firemen come by. The only reason I knew there was a fire because I saw people running for their life, in smoke. Even I turned on the radio after we got in the car, and we didn't hear anything until 15 minutes later. And even the radio station we're listening to was just evacuate. No direction. They basically had no information. It was just a generic thing that came over the radio, but absolutely no warning at all. And I really felt like this could have been prevented.
I mean, I can't even imagine.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yo. Government is so corrupt if this is for real. I really hope this ain't true.
It's got appendages. It can grab things, but it just, I don't know why. That doesn't look like a raccoon paw to me. Get the fuck out of our room.
Yeah. That'd be terrible if a mountain lion was in your attic. Be bad for the TV cable man. Hey, there ain't no way. There's gotta be a crane holding that up. Or that's gotta be a movie prop. Ain't no way. Hey, thank y'all so much once again for joining the community. Don't forget to hit that like button, smash that subscribe, notifications turned on, all the above. All right, see y'all in the next one.